8-bit to the future here to continue my 1-year extravaganza anniversary special for the Nintendo Switch. I'm going to show you my physical games that I have for the Nintendo Switch in this first year. I currently have 14 as of this video, which is February 9, 2018. Maybe I'll get a few more right before the 1-year mark, but probably not. This is the 14 I'm going to go into the second year for the system. I'm going to just say a brief thing about each of the games. I'm very short, don't want to make this video too long. Because I will have a more in-depth video about these games on future lists to go and part with it. All right, so let's start off in no particular order. 1-2 Switch. Now this was a launch title for the system. It wasn't very good, to be honest. It should have been packed in for free. Some of the mini games are pretty fun, but it's quite shallow, much more shallow than anything like Wii Sports. Wii Sports was awesome and was a pack-in. This really should have been a pack-in. Can't really recommend it unless it's cheap, like 20 bucks. Next up on the list is ARMS. Man, ARMS is so good. I can't say enough about it. This is actually my most played game hours-wise on the Switch. It's not my favorite, but it's close to it. It's really, really good. They just had this in EVO Japan, and I was watching it. Man, it gets so intense. It's simple to learn, but when you're good at it, like, you see some skillful people online. It's an awesome game. I really highly recommend ARMS. Next on the list is Doom. Now, this game is a port of the Doom that was released on PC, Xbox, PS4 2016, and it's an awesome port. Honestly, graphical fidelity is a little bit lower on the Switch, which is natural, but the actual game runs beautifully. The game still looks quite decent, too. I don't think it looks bad. Some of the textures are a little poor, but the game's a lot of fun, and I'm not really a big first-person shooter fan, and I'm loving this game. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm loving it so far, so I'd highly recommend that. Next on the list is L.A. Noire. Now, I did play this on the PS3 back in the day. I was lucky enough to get this for a Kris Kringle that I did with some friends. I really wanted to play it again because I kind of forgot about the whole story. I knew the gameplay, but I forgot the story. I remember loving it, but that was back in 2011. Awesome port. There are some slowdown issues with frame rate and stuff when there's a lot happening on the screen. But other than that, it's pretty much an awesome port of the original game. It even has touch controls, and it has all the DLC missions that were in it prior. One thing I do want to point out, I hate this disclaimer that they put right on the top there. I don't know if you can read it. I'll read it to you. Internet download required. Micro SD card may be required. Put that as a sticker on the plastic wrap. Don't put it on the actual packaging. Ruins this beautiful cover art. But L.A. Noire, that was besides the point. L.A. Noire, awesome game. Highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already. It might not be worth to double dip like it was for me. I just really loved the game originally and wanted to see how it holds up today, and it holds up great. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You'll see Mario Kart for life. It's a port, basically a port of the Wii U Mario Kart 8 with a brand new rehauled battle mode, which goes back to the originals on like the N64. A lot of fun. Includes all the DLC tracks for single player. Includes all the DLC characters. They also added 2 item slots instead of the regular 1 item slot. And a few little things to the driving. But overall, it's Mario Kart 8. It's a lot of fun. If you don't own it on the Wii U, you should get it on the Switch. Even if, of course, I own both versions. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the best Mario Kart ever released. The only thing, I will say one bad thing about it, for some reason, I get a bunch of disconnects online, and it's really annoying. Communication error. I wish Nintendo would fix that, because all my other games, I don't have any issues. With ARMS, Splatoon, I kind of mentioned something I haven't shown yet. But anyways, my other Switch games that I play online don't get any issues, but this one, it happens quite a bit. I don't know if they're just overloaded, because it did sell a lot of copies, over 7 million copies. But other than that, it's an awesome game, and let's move on. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Now, this was unexpected. First of all, it was unexpected that we didn't know it was coming, other than the leak right before E3. But it was unexpected that it was going to be good, because you think Ubisoft, you think the Rabbids, which kind of have outstayed their welcome, mixing it with Mario just seems like a cash grab. Honestly, this game is awesome, and it's my favorite third-party game on the system, though technically people are going to remember it as a Mario game. The humor is great. The XCOM style combat is awesome. It's a lengthy experience too. I put about 30 hours into it, and there was still more of the challenges that I could have done, and I know they added a 2-player mode afterwards. Honestly, you should play this game. Next on the list is Pokken Tournament DX. Basically another port from the Wii U. This port adds a few little things. It adds 5 characters that weren't in the original Wii U version. They were released in the Japanese arcade, if I'm not mistaken. They also added, with a recent update, they added 3-on-3 battles. Not like Capcom versus Marvel vs. Capcom or Dragon Ball Z Fighters. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit slower. But it's a cool mode that they added. Plus, they added actual DLC recently, paid DLC, unfortunately, where they're adding Aegislash. Sorry, I might have butchered that name. I do love Pokemon, but I'm past Gen 1 and 2. I'm not the best at the pronunciations. And Blastoise. But it's cool to see that this is getting support. I mean, if you liked it on the Wii U, you're going to like it here. They didn't really do anything different. It's a fun fighting game. Easy to pick up, hard to master. I'm not a huge fighting game fan, but I'm a Pokemon fan, so I'm glad I picked this up. But I would only recommend it if you don't own it already on the Wii U, or if you can find it for cheap. Here's one I have yet to play. As you can see, the plastic is still sealed on it because I got it during Boxing Day. A really good deal on it for 25 bucks. It's Rayman Legends Definitive Edition. So I just needed to make sure it was definitive or complete edition or whatever it was. This is honestly, I mean it, it's one of the best 2D platformers of all time. The game runs beautifully on all the other systems I've played it on. Looks beautiful. I'm assuming it's pretty much going to be the same on the Switch. I have beaten it 100% on the PS Vita. Got all the trophies. I have beaten it 100% on the Xbox One. And I'm probably going to beat it 100% again on the Switch. But right now it's going to sit on the backlog. But honestly, get this game one way or another. Awesome game. Snipperclips Plus. Snipperclips Plus Cut It Out Together. I guess that's the official title. I'm not 100% sure. This was an awesome launch game. This version is, because it was originally just released on the eShop, this version comes with DLC, with added levels and modes and things like that, and was a retail version. So really glad to have this. Play it with my girlfriend quite a bit, and we love it. It's a lot of fun. It can cause some yelling, but honestly, this thing is a lot of fun with some friends. I haven't tried 4 players. It's probably even better with 4 players too. But if you have someone to play with, I would recommend it. And it's also priced at, I believe, $40 regular price for this. The original Snipperclips was $20 or $25, but it didn't include the DLC, of course. Next on the list is another game that I haven't played yet. It's Sonic Forces. I got a good deal on Amazon. I think about $27 or so. It's the bonus edition. I don't know if you can see it says bonus edition. I think it comes with a decal for... includes controller skin and in-game items. I haven't heard great things for Sonic Forces because Sonic Mania seems to be the actual Switch game you want to own. But at that price, I couldn't pass it up. 3D Sonics are hit or miss, so I will give it a try. At least I got a good price on it, and it's part of the collection now. Next on the list is an essential. It is Splatoon 2. Now, I will say something. I've only put a few hours into Splatoon 2. The single player is awesome, but of course you're getting it for the multiplayer. The multiplayer is a ton of fun. I just feel like I suck at it. I do have to put more time into it to get better at it. But the community is awesome. The Splatfest, I mean, it's Splatoon 1 10 times over. Like, they continue pumping content into it. Salmon Run's awesome, the brand new mode. Really love it. Highly recommend it, even though I haven't put much time into it. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this in the future. Next is Super Bomberman R. This is a launch title that highly disappointed. I mean, it's Bomberman. I wasn't expecting too much, but being priced at $65 in Canada seems a lot for a Bomberman game. It does feature a four-player mode. It might even feature more now. It says online it's up to 8 players. I know they added new modes and there was content added, like an esports mode and thing like that. So I haven't checked it. Honestly, I haven't really played it after the first or second month that it came out. So just played a little bit with some friends. Played the single player mode, which wasn't that great. Graphics aren't very good at all, but it is a Bomberman game. Bomberman games are fun, but honestly, don't pick this up unless it's really cheap as well, like 1-2 Switch, like $20. We are coming down to my final 2 games, and boy are they doozies. We have here Super Mario Odyssey. I mean, it's amazing. Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, Galaxy 2, 3D World. Those are great 3D Mario games. This one might be the best. I'm not going to get into that discussion here, but you've heard so much about this game. It's sold like hotcakes. It's amazing. You have to have it on the Switch. Last but not least, another essential, probably the essential, is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, this might sound strange, but I'm not a huge Legend of Zelda fan. I've played the games before. I haven't completed many of them. I think the only one I really fully complete was Twilight Princess, which I loved. But the problem I have personally, usually with Zelda games, is that they just take too long to get into it. There's too much hand-holding at the beginning, and I lose interest, and I never get past the first couple of hours, really get into my first dungeon. This game, because of the open world, because of the go anywhere, do anything you want, and learn along the way, it really hooked me. It just grabbed me at first, and I loved it. It's close to arms being my most played game on the Switch. But I have completed. I haven't completed 100%. I haven't done all the shrines and things like that. But I did beat Ganon and did all the Defiant Beasts. But honestly, it's awesome. And I do want to show. I got the collector's edition. Sorry, the special edition, because I think the collector's edition came with the Master Sword, because this, I don't know if you can see, came with a map, a coin, soundtrack, a carry case, and the game. The actual collector's edition, or the super special collector's edition, came with a little Master Sword as well. But yeah, sorry this video went a little bit longer than I thought it would, but that's my physical collection, all 14 games. Let me show them off there. The 14 games I told you about. Sorry, a little bit of a mess. But yeah, that's it. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what else you want to see during this 1-year extravaganza. This was 8-Bit to the Future. Game on.